Welcome again, folks, here in Garrett County, where tonight the Lady Lions will be taking on the Lady Admirals of Danville, as this is a nightcap of a doubleheader where the Danville Admirals beat the Garrett County Golden Lions a score of 3-1, as tonight is another 12th region battle between two familiar foes, as these two teams, this will be the first time that they have met this year, but very, very familiar with each other. And anytime you get a 12th region battle, you know it is going to be fun. This is the first time that the ladies have taken the new field, and I'm glad we're here for it, as the Lions are going to be in full action. As folks, we are just 6 minutes away from kickoff here at the Garrett County pitch, where it'll be the Garrett County Lady Lions against the Danville Lady Admirals. This is Garrett County Golden Lions Sports Network here on Countryside BP Studios.
Bob Allen is Danville's deal maker. Save more on Bob Allen's winning selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Shop on lot or online at boballenmotormall.com. Bob Allen is a proud supporter of Garrett County Athletics.
At Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, tradition means just a little bit more. We know hard work and extra effort create a lasting impression. And while times may change, one thing never will: our commitment to you. Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, your hometown friends, your hometown bank.
Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know. Generations of serving our community, immunizations, prescriptions, and so much more. Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know.
Students, get ready now. The Garrett County Area Technology Center nursing program engages students and offers an accelerated path to a nursing career. Fast track to a great future by gaining hands-on experience and training. Ready? Why wait? Make tomorrow today at the Garrett County Area Technology Center.
Farmers National Bank believes investing in education is the best way to build a stronger community. Good luck to all the Garrett County students in the classroom and on the playing fields. Go Lions!
Danville Office Equipment is proud to be the area's premier partner in providing office solutions and supplies. From businesses, schools, to home offices, we take pride in helping our neighbors be more productive. Danville Office Equipment, Danville, Lebanon, and Somerset.
The Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers. No one sells it better. UrbanGroup.com. The Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers. No one sells it better.
The Garrett County Chamber of Commerce, where business meets community. Business and community members alike can get involved, stay informed, and take advantage of helpful insights. Supporting local means a healthier community. Sound good? Then the Garrett County Chamber of Commerce is for you.
Hey, I'm Micah Wade. I'm a lender at First Southern National Bank in Lancaster. I'm excited to serve the Garrett County community. Good luck to all of our athletes this season. Go Lions.
Buy local, eat well at Marks Berry Farm.
We're growing and we need you. Great people.
Great job.
Come be part of our exciting future.
Come taste for yourself or shop online. See our story at marksberryfarm.com.
At Hunt Insurance, we understand the desire to protect what's important to you: family, business, life. Every day we strive to continue a legacy of caring commitment. That's always been our driving principle. Now, more than ever, the Hunt Insurance Agency.
Safe, secure, Docubit. Introducing DataBot, a precision digital destruction tool that protects your confidentiality and allows for sustainable device recycling. Secure document and digital destruction by the area's premier data protection service. Call Docubit.
What makes Whitaker Bank uniquely Kentucky?
We're here to provide you friendly expert service on a wide range of products.
We're your neighbors, committed to investing in our community.
Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
And welcome back, folks. 2.5 minutes to go before kickoff, as the Garrett County Lady Lions are marching to midfield of the pitch with the Danville Lady Admirals in kind of a weird tradition.
Oh, yeah. I think it's pretty cool.
Well, I didn't say it's not cool. It's just different.
And I need to set the record straight on two things.
Uh-oh.
So, number one,
I turned the air up to 70 degrees. So J.J. Edwards here wouldn't be shivering over here.
Now, look, I'm Mike Boland's son, so I'm cold all the time, but I'm not cold in here.
And
really?
The second thing is, this is the big one here. And this is not, I can't take credit for this, but we want to lift our prayers up to that player, or excuse me, that student, her family. Yeah, so, I mean, there's a moment of silence for a Danville, kind of a Danville student that kind of had an unfortunate incident. So here's the record straight.
Yeah.
So the Honorable Jeff Moss,
I know him,
wanted to make sure I set the record straight on this at halftime, Scott. He said, I know Scott likes talking about the 3-and-3 rule in football at halftime, that he hates it. He said, but I noted he could have used those 3 minutes getting back from halftime of the boys' game. Yeah. So he said, maybe Scott needs to appreciate those extra 3 minutes because he was 3 minutes late.
Here's what I tell you about Judge Moss. He did not get to where he is in life by not being smart. So he is a smart guy. That is 100% true. So I was just kind of looking over our teams. It is it's very interesting again for when you're at Die House or when you're at Level Field, and one of the things that is interesting is you're always right on top of things, right? And so it's just a little bit different. As moving in to beside of us is one of Garrett County's all-time greats.
Oh, let's go.
In soccer. Tell me, Mayor Gaffney, what years did you play again?
I graduated in 2003, so 99 to 2002.
So we were talking during that time about when Garrett County really kind of the excitement went into soccer, and that was that time. That was that era. Because I think the younger group was yours, was Corey Lawwell, little like a freshman or so when you were playing, Jacob Denny.
Yes.
That bunch.
Yep.
So that was kind of the time that we all went through there. Tell us a little bit about that. I mean, you were kind of on ground zero of the Garrett County soccer program. So how did you get started in soccer? I know you were a baseball player, but how did you get started in soccer?
Yeah, I played soccer and baseball since I was probably about 4 years old. And just as I growed and came up through school and things of that nature, I stuck with both of them. For some reason, I love soccer a little bit more. So it kind of was in the blood after so long, and they got rid of me in 2002, and then that's when the soccer program really took off. So I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, Scott always says the same thing about him in baseball and basketball.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
And Little League football. There's Little League football too.
To be fair, Craig Arnold ended my NFL career in Little League when he knocked me out. I can still see Tweety Birds when he hit me on Die House Field one day. But anyway,
and we talk about the strong arm as a second baseman. Everybody knows in baseball you put the strongest arm at second base.
100%.
Right.
With the most range, strongest arm.
Yeah, I think actually that's where they hide the person, right? That's where you go to.
The mayor's spitting facts out here tonight, Scott.
All those
he's
second
not playing
basemans
around
out there. I'm just kidding.
You're not wrong.
So Michael kind of is, right here on the cusp of kicking this ball off and getting this action going here. Kind of talk to us a little bit about kind of what's the latest going on in the city.
Well, this week it's been the hits just keep coming. We had a water line break yesterday, and then today we had a raw water line break. Luckily, our towers were full. The guys are working hard at it right now, getting that fixed. I left them about 5:30. Down in the sticks of Sugar Creek.
Oh,
so they
I'm
are in
familiar.
no man's land. You're
Is
lucky.
that down in our friend Justin Colossus?
Yeah, it's on past Colossus.
It is a few miles outside of the big city. But no, I mean, we have a lot of exciting stuff going on. We've got, it seems like every month we've got a new business coming in or talking about coming in. So, Lancaster's on the move and Garrett County is growing, and it's very exciting times.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And, just kind of peeling back the curtain, I guess, so to speak. So when you had the water break yesterday, we talk so much about appreciative of the community support the school system has here. We talked on the phone a couple of times in a span of about 5 or 10 minutes just to kind of seeing what that meant, the impact that it might have on our schools. We're so appreciative of the partnership that the school has with our community.
So girls soccer out on the field right now, as you can tell, our keeper, our normal keeper, is out, and excuse me, at Eric and Hebenthal, as we have Miss Claire Weaver stepping in tonight as the keeper in a big ball game for us. But out.
So Justin Colossa just chimed in.
Justin Colossa, man, Justin Colossa.
Justin
tell you what, we
Colossa,
talk
man.
about him and he appears.
I mean,
look, I've got the mayor right here, Justin. I'll tell him that water pressure is good on Sugar Creek. He's smiling. He's excited.
Hold on a second. I mean, we talk about our phones are listening to us.
That's
I mean,
right.
We just talked about our good friend Justin Colossa.
He chimes in on us.
What do you think about that?
He
man?
chimes in right on top of us.
Right
Justin Colossa grew up in Lincoln Camp. I think you turned him into a Gary County guy.
I tell you what, I've really enjoyed the last month or two to kind of getting to know Justin and working with Justin. And man, I tell you, really intelligent, highly successful individual. And man, I can go ahead and tell you he's got a passion for the community and passion to support the schools, the systems in the region. And he is a Gary County. He does. Him and his wife. I was pretty proud to take him some Gary County gear.
That's right. Well, and I'll tell you, talk about high school athletics. His dad was one of the best basketball coaches in the area. As he was a phenomenal coach and did it for a long, long time. But Selena Willoughby says we love Eric and Hebenthal. We do too.
I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Sorry.
So, yeah, there you go. Let's get back to soccer.
And so we were just talking about the team here, and we have quite a few young gals out there, but we have the anchor in a couple of our seniors, and the number one anchor in the back is going to be, well, I always call her Sis Major, but it's Adria Major, as she's in the middle. She is very very physical,
nice
and then all working around them is a lot of these younger kids, and they're fun to watch.
We had Major on our show, I guess last Sunday, and she talked about the physicality of the game is what she enjoys the most. So I definitely think that she might take after Dad in terms of
That's right.
the level of physical play there.
Gary County is all tied up here, just getting started here on the pitch, trying to fill each other out. Still no shots on goal as Paisley Pointer is going to center one. Looks like as Ava. No, that was Eva Element. We've talked a lot about the Elements over the year, and with her older brother and younger brother now playing football. As Eva may be the best athlete of the bunch.
She's a heck of an athlete. There ain't no doubt about that. Michael, you're a former player. You coached. The years that you coached soccer were
different stints. My first stint, I believe, was from 2006 to 2005 to 2008. I believe. And then, 2009, I did actually, don't tell anybody, but I spent a year on Danville's coaching staff.
Did you really?
Went to the Final Four.
Who were you with?
Brent Bowman.
Were you with Brent?
Still there. Yeah,
he's a great dude.
I actually just missed him in the parking lot. So, Brent, if you're listening, big hello to you.
I saw him walking up through here. I see his bald head right down there. You'll have to go down there and talk to him. Tell him I said
He goes
that.
to the same hairstylist as Scott.
Yeah, and then I spent, most recently, 3 years on Louis Klusner's coaching staff.
Yeah. Sweet Louie.
A few years back, so very exciting times for Gary County soccer.
So, Michael, we've talked about this a couple of times. Had you and a lot of the city folks, city officials, kind of come and kind of tour the facility before we opened it. Just kind of talk a little bit about what facilities like this kind of mean specifically to the soccer program, but more kind of a macro level, kind of what it means to our school and our community.
Yeah, I mean, I'll kind of come full circle on this one. When I was a freshman playing high school soccer, I remember we literally had practices where we picked up rocks on the soccer field. So now coming up here today, fast forward, from 1999 to the times we're in now. I mean, this is huge for our community. I mean, seeing the atmosphere out here, seeing what this is going to do for our community. I mean, just the excitement it's brought is great, and the stuff that's gonna happen because of this. I mean, it is huge for our community in Gary County to have this right here in our backyard.
We talk about it, Michael, and I've said it even tonight. It's still so new that it almost doesn't feel real yet. It almost feels like we're still, You know, like it's hard to believe this is ours. Like this is what your kids are going to grow up playing on. This is what my kids are going to grow up playing on. All these folks, I mean, this is ours, and it's only going to continue to get better. But it does. It just sometimes it just doesn't feel real, you know. Right. Especially when I did the same thing you did. When you're used to seeing the fields, you know, we're having to work on them all the time, pick up rocks on them all the time, you know, and now seeing the state of the art facility, just pretty sweet.
You know, Eva Edelman had a shot on goal right there. Danville goalie did a good job of kind of saving that. But, you know, Garrett County had an opportunity there on that last possession.
So I talked a little bit about Adrian Major. Talk about a little bit of your other seniors. You got Nevaeh Ford will come out there. She is out on a wing. She is another one of our seniors along with.
Let's go.
Here we go. Get in there. Get it. Just taken away from it is Danville. Was that Paisley? There's another shot on goal from long distance out was Avon Ward. But Hannah Snowden is one of the seniors as well. She's number 8. Adeline East is also one of the seniors as she is wearing jersey number 3. We talked a minute about Erica Hebenthal, and let me tell you, one of my favorite humans that is out there, one of the best folks is Addison Comley, number 35.
Oh, yeah.
You know, daughter of Eric and Sarah Comley, and I loved having her, you know, Camp Dick along with a lot of these other folks.
Oh, man,
nice,
another
shot on goal. Is Gary County being on the offensive,
really aggressive
tonight?
Well, you kind of heard Coach Deshaun in the pregame about, you know, that's you know he's going to really go after Danville, and you can definitely see that in the first 7 minutes of this match here, Scott.
So he was talking a lot of soccer terms and putting it in baseball terms for us. As
can you do that, Michael? Can you put it in baseball and football terms?
I can try, but I'm not sure that it's going to be as eloquent as Coach Deshaun may be able to do.
Well, he was talking about basically one team, Garrett County, likes to hit home runs, and Danville was more of hitting singles.
Yeah.
You know, and so he was talking about how he coaches. He's more of like that as well. Now, I will tell you, Mike, I want to bring up a few issues that I have with the game of soccer. I want to see your thoughts with this.
Your grievances, sir.
Here we go. Your thoughts.
George Costanza
your thoughts on this.
Grievances.
You and I have had discussions before. You know my thoughts on offsides, and it's the worst thing ever. However, when a person goes out of bounds and they continue to keep playing, does that not throw you off?
It does, but you know, in soccer, Scott, it's where the ball is.
That's why.
Not the person.
Why? It's the only sport that does that. So in golf,
Right.
if the ball goes on the line, it's out of bounds. If basketball, if you step on it, you know, baseball, those kind of things. I mean, I don't know why soccer does that.
Well, I mean, tennis, the players could stand out of the lines as long as the ball hits within the lines.
I mean, you know, but tennis is working on changing that.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, they are.
Did you see that on Facebook?
I did. It's Facebook.
Be true.
Facebook, so it has to be true. They're really talking about that. U.S. Open was going on. They're going to work on it. It's an optional thing right now that they're going to do. But yeah, so that one is definitely one. And then the second thing, and I don't say I don't dislike this, but I don't have an answer, is why do goalies wear different color jerseys?
Mainly so that they can stand out from the rest of their team.
Why? I mean, they do that, but
Basically it's easier for the referees to pick up on.
I'll say that makes
sense.
That makes sense.
In their
Okay.
hands.
See, that's a good
for the officials, not necessarily for the.
Does that work for you, Scott?
It does. It does, because there are certain fouls and violations that happen inside the box.
Yeah. So if there's a foul that happens inside the penalty box, what does that mean?
That means bad. It's bad.
It is bad, depending on which team you're on.
And sometimes it's really bad. It just it just depends. But it could go either way. As Bud Carrier checks in and says, "Let's go, Lions!"
Let's go.
As it is fun to watch. Watch our gals. Speaking of folks, my man Eric Comley sneaks in on us. We were just talking about you.
Yeah.
Hey, get away from my popcorn. He's trying to get in my popcorn over here. I'm not gonna let him do that. As Garrett County continued to be on the offensive, as Nevaeh Wilcom off to, is that Paisley? No, it's Ava Warren. Ava trying to center one. It's very similar to the game we saw earlier, where Danville kind of possessed the soccer ball for a long time on their end of the field, as now you're seeing it with Garrett County.
So what have you seen so far, Michael, in these first 11 minutes? Kind of kind of the strategy that Garrett County's deploying here.
I think Coach Deshaun is let them loose. He's came out and he said, let's keep the ball on their half. Let's keep pressure on them, and let's see if we can get some shots, and maybe we'll get one in the back of the net. I think it's a phenomenal first 10 minutes that the Garrett County goal lines have played.
So, the shots on goal, and I love the video board. I mean, it has live stats up. It kind of reminds me, believe this or not, Scott and I did some work at Campbellsville-Harrodsburg for a couple of years.
Long time ago.
And we had access to live stats. But, I mean, the video board here has Garrett, having 3 shots on goal. Danville has yet to have a shot on goal.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm continuing with my grievances, Mayor, because I feel like you're a good – as a mayor, you need to hear –
He loves hearing grievances.
You need to hear my grievances. My second thing is –
A third thing.
A third thing. I got a lot.
Get your numbers right.
The clock continues to run. And I saw in the Danville – they just kind of took their own sweet time.
Isn't it great?
That's awful because they took their own
Yeah.
sweet time. Like we were coming back and we're trying to score and they're just lollygagging. That's a bad thing. I know most sports it stops, right?
Yeah.
So that was another one of my things. I like to see the clock stop. Now I do understand you put 40 minutes up, so you give them extra time to kind of account for that, I assume. But it is unique. That is a unique deal. And then I also learned, because it's going to shock you, but I didn't know a lot about soccer. But I also learned one of the questions I asked Coach Deshaun, and he answered it, was sometimes my daughter plays middle school soccer, and so sometimes they will let subs in, and sometimes they won't. And so he explained to us, you guess you had to be have the possession or something, and then corner kicks.
Yep.
So I'm learning every day. Old dog, new tricks type thing.
Yeah.
Can't really say much about tricks, but new tricks. But anyway,
one of the things that I love about our facility, Scott, especially when you're on the home stands and looking, you kind of see the sunset.
You do.
Kind of the remnants of the sunset. It really makes a nice, kind of nice scenery here on this beautiful athletic complex.
There's a little bit of a time to where the sun is an issue for you, just a small issue, but man, it is so worth it when it gets behind those trees and you get to look at it. It's just it's a really, really pretty deal. Kaylee Goodwin centers one into Paisley Pointer, and she fires one to the goals. It's going to be swept up by the keeper.
Continue being aggressive on offense. Michael, this weekend, man, what a weekend for the Rural Heritage Tobacco Festival.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
I mean, man, kind of the event that got pulled off. The community come out kind of in droves, kind of seeing all the great things. Jeff was even talking about him and his wife, kind of how special it was, kind of seeing. I mean, I don't want to put words in Jeff's mouth, but kind of like the value of a small town.
Small town America.
And love, the way that small town America kind of loves their own community. So, man, what a weekend.
Yeah, it was a phenomenal weekend, and by far probably the biggest parade that we've had in my lifetime anyway. When the parade is going and it gets all the way wrapped around town and it's still going on the back end, you've got a good parade. And I would say I would love to know how many people we had in the center of town on Saturday during that parade, but I've never seen that many people in the center of town. And I mean, it was phenomenal with the amount of vendors and things we had. All those people right here in Lancaster, enjoying their day and buying things and just, spending time with their family and friends and just having themselves a good old time.
So, you can probably relate to this, Mayor, as I was talking to Jessica Fife as she came up there, and we were talking a little bit on the broadcast that it almost was able to take me back to a time when I was young and my children got to experience something that I got to experience when I was their age. And so, there was some times there where the festival had there was trying to work out how to get it all going and that kind of thing. But now it was almost like back when we were young.
Yeah.
And there's not many things that you can still say this is the way it was when I was a kid growing up. And so that's a special time for our community. And just getting the opportunity to see that. As Pointer working on number 19, as having a hard time. Their numbers here are a little bit different. That is Avery Dunn. Hey, I know Avery Dunn. That's my man Ernest's daughter.
Oh, man. Ernest's a good dude.
He is a good dude.
Man, great guy. Man, you talking about somebody that loves Danville.
He does.
Independent schools and
the
community of Danville, man.
I worked with Ernest over there. Dude. Look at this shot.
Whoa.
From Warren from about the 30-yard line.
Yeah. Sign her up and let her kick for football. Mark.
Yeah, that's
My
3
goodness.
field goals we've seen tonight, by the way.
3 field goals?
Yeah.
Spencer's watching. So
You're not kidding.
Should that count for something? I mean,
Yeah, it should.
I mean, should that count for
half a
something?
point,
Maybe half a point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Isn't there like in rugby you can run it across, or you can throw it, or you can kick it, like you can kick it through the field goal. So I think that's another one. It's another thing we probably need to add.
Yeah.
Lots of good things,
you
Michael.
keep talking about this advisory council.
We can make this game. If
Yeah.
somebody would ask the right questions, I could give them the answers.
We could even put Eric Comley on the
Oh,
committee, right?
Eric
Yeah.
Comley, he would know.
Yeah.
Listen, he has got answers to questions that haven't even been asked yet. Garrett County is continue to be all tied up here, as Garrett County's got 3 shots on goal to Danville's 0 thus far. And Garrett County, time of possession obviously is not something we keep, but they have heavily had
possessed the ball.
The soccer ball on their end of the pitch throughout the night. This ball is going to be thrown in by Olivia Denny, daughter of Jason Denny, up here keeping the scoreboard for us.
I think Garrett thought it was going to be their ball.
I think it was too.
Yeah, Jason's up in the press box getting some work done tonight.
Jason Denny, also the daughter of former homecoming queen.
Oh,
What
let's
about
go.
Yeah.
My goodness.
It's Bethany Land.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Bethany
that.
Denny.
Great family.
I always call her
beautiful.
I always call her queen every time I see her.
Yeah.
She was the homecoming queen that year. As Garrett County is continuing to try to get some offense going. Danville doing a nice job of just trying to be patient. Doesn't look like they're very content right now to just be setting back and defensively just trying to keep Garrett at bay.
And folks, if you've not been out and been to a soccer game recently, or if you've kind of checking out our broadcast and kind of unfamiliar with the game, Michael, it's a physical game.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it always blows me away, the physicality of the game.
It is very physical, and Scott, you were talking earlier about how the clock runs. If you put a step counter or a smartwatch on one of these young ladies playing midfield, I would guarantee you that they are running multiple miles this evening.
Oh,
so
yeah.
they are usually that clock running is a blessing in disguise.
It's a safety mechanism.
It is a safety mechanism to where that thing keeps going, and you run a few less steps than if it stopped every out of bounds or a goal or things of that nature.
Well, I agree. So I think my point would probably change if I was the one out there running than if I'm just out here watching for sure.
So if you had to pick a position to play in soccer, what position?
Oh,
would it be?
easily the bench.
Yeah.
Like I would be really. I'd be
Mr. Spirit.
Well, I need to be more specific. I'd probably be mid-bench, just because I would want to be right in
warmer.
just warmer.
Mid-bench?
Mid-bench, because I'd have people on both sides being able to shield me from the wind.
Or Caleb's air conditioner.
Pass me the water. So mid-bench would probably be best for me. Given my physique, I would have to say keeper, but I'm not very agile.
You're not quick on your feet.
I'm not.
You do have to be able to move.
It would have to be a smaller. If it was a smaller goal. Now I've seen some of these 4 and 5 year olds playing these small goals. I could do that.
You could dominate one of those.
I could just sit down there, and
lay across.
Yeah, I'd be all right. I'd be all right for there. Speaking of some other Lady Lions that we haven't had a chance to talk to or talk about, my next door neighbor Olivia Reynolds is out there on the defensive end, as she is back
great
there.
Family.
Yeah, great family. Has very, very, very pleased with how the Garrett County Lady Lions are playing right now, as I'm sure Coach Deshaun is as well. But talking about some of Danville folks and Lincoln County folks, J.D. Smith is their head coach. We haven't got a chance to talk about yet. He's a Lincoln County graduate, and he's been their head coach for a while. As Paisley Pointer is going to make it to the middle of the field before picked up by Dunn.
Yeah, JD's kind of been their coach for a while.
He has.
I mean,
he has.
I would almost, the Danville's continuity they have on both the boys and girls soccer program, they've been around for a while.
Snowden. Again, it just seems like to me, Mayor, is you can obviously every sport has different coaches that has different philosophies, but it just seems like Danville tonight is really making it tough for Garrett County offensively, just by packing it in almost like a zone. If you're playing basketball, just keeping them from getting the opportunity to score.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where, as soccer goes, you definitely want to play to your strengths. So haven't seen a lot of offensive firepower yet from Danville. And they like you said, they're packing in on defense a little bit, and so far they've kept them off the scoreboard. But Garrett keeps pounding in there. They'll end up getting one.
Pointer working up the sideline for Garrett County.
Pointer's been really active.
She is, and she's part of that sophomore class. It's a big sophomore class that's been together for a long time. I know they were very successful in middle school.
I think won the conference.
Yeah, they did. Element trying to sling it across field to Ford Wilcomb. As Nevaeh ends up coming up with it. Nice move. Is Nevaeh. She's trying to clear one to the middle of the field. And so sometimes we talked about this earlier, Mayor, is, offensively you're going down the sidelines and you could have an opportunity at a shot on goal, which probably not a very good angle. But a lot of times you're seeing them try to just cross it to a teammate, right? So a lot of times it's just a timing deal and trying to figure out, when and where to kick it, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, in soccer, the wider you can spread the defense out, the better. And then you slide one across the middle of the goal, and you just hope one of your players there, to your point, at the right time to put a foot or knee or head or whatever they've got on that thing to put in the back of the net.
Did you get to watch any of the boys' game before you got here?
I did not.
I know you were working on water lines, but Danville had a kid that would throw it in from the sideline, and he could throw it in from just up from the corner and darn near throw it in the goal.
Yeah.
I had not seen anybody that was
strong kid.
Yeah.
This will take you back a few years, but Mr. David Logan.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
In,
I could see that.
98, 99. I mean, he could throw that ball 60 yards.
That doesn't shock me.
He could launch that thing.
He could throw a baseball too. But yeah, he was throwing it on a line. It was a big. I mean, it was a big asset for the Admirals. Warren again working against the Danville defense, trying to get one into Pointer. As Danville just trying to clear the soccer ball at any time they get a chance. I have enjoyed. My daughter this is her first year playing soccer on the middle school team, and I have enjoyed it. We've got a really nice soccer team, both boys and girls. The program is very healthy, but I have enjoyed watching it and watching them compete, and they do a really nice job. Really nice job. Ava Elliman off to Warren. 17 minutes to go here in your Urban Group scoreboard. Garrett County all tied up with the Lady Admirals of Danville. Garrett County 3 shots on goal. Danville 0 at the moment. It is talking about the facility. You can look up at the lights and see the red going up the lights, and hopeful. That's a good save there by the keeper for Danville. Hopeful tonight we get the opportunity to see a little bit of the lights in action.
Oh, I agree.
Were you here at the football game a couple weeks ago?
I was. It was phenomenal.
It was pretty neat.
The
wasn't
light
it?
show was spectacular.
It was pretty neat. That was something that was fun to watch, and just to hear the crowd and enjoy it, and it was a really good deal. 16 minutes to go here, 16:15 actually, and in the first half.
Tell you what, I mean, the Garrett has played just about the whole entire first half here, Scott, on this side of the field.
So when you get teams that are packing it in, per se, as Danville is, Mayor, I mean, offensively, strategically, what are you trying to do here? I mean, are you trying to spread them out more? Or you try to, but if they just stay there, how do you attack that?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of depends. One of those things where you play to your strengths, but perfect world, you'd want to spread them out, get as many of them outside of the middle of the field as possible, and hopefully get one of those balls to squirt through back in the 18-yard box so you can get you a shot on goal. Garrett has been doing a combination of both. They've been playing it down the middle, and then they've also been playing it out wide and trying to get crosses in. So, it's going to be eventually where they're going to get something to come through, but they've about 50-50 from my calculations as far as they're going out wide and keeping it in the middle.
Well, and again, like in different sports, if we can get one to go in, and if we can get the lead, then from that point they have to be a little more aggressive as far as Danville does, and make things change up just a little bit. in order for them to stay competitive. As into the game for Garrett County, replacing Nevaeh for Wilcom is, can we get that number? Is going to be number 22, Peyton Worthington. As Peyton is going to inbounds the soccer ball. Denny's going to pick it up around the 40-yard line.
Mayor, one of the things that that came out of this legislative session, and I know you and Chris Edelman have talked a lot about this, but the bypass. So do we have any better idea kind of when the work on the Garrett County side will start occurring with the bypass?
You know, they're doing a lot of behind-the-scenes things right now as far as surveying and things of that nature. They got to do some soil samples and things like that. You know, the big push right now with David Meade and some others is with the Secretary Gray is to see if we can't get some of this stuff sped up a little bit, see if we can get some of the funding released a little bit faster. Of course, you know, we want it tomorrow, but as we know, anything legislative, whether it's city government or whether it's, you know, state with the legislator, it takes time. So, you know, we feel like it's definitely coming. I know people's been talking about it for 20 years. It's definitely needed. And, you know, going up to Frankfort and being in front of those guys and, you know, just expressing how needed it is going to benefit us greatly. And, you know, it's going to come, and we're probably, you know, we're hoping for sooner, but we're probably, you know, we're going to be some years away before we start seeing any ground moving. But we're definitely moving in the right direction.
So as the mayor, and you kind of know, whether it's 2 or 3 years, 4 or 5 years down the road, but it is coming. So, you know, kind of how does that fit into your vision as you kind of prepare for infrastructure to kind of attract businesses, kind of where that bypass kind of comes into the city?
Yeah, so the good thing is, you know, we have a pretty good idea of where that bypass is gonna be. There's a few outstanding items that hasn't been buttoned up yet as far as where some of the connectors is going to be. But from a city perspective, you know, we provide water and sewer. So when that bypass comes through, you know, that's going to give us an opportunity for industry out there. It's going to give us some opportunity, you know, to have some larger business that's going to, you know, help push us forward. So from a city perspective, you know, we have to be planning yesterday, not tomorrow, right? So we've got a few projects that we're working on now. One of those is a sewer extension project that we're going to be replacing some aging infrastructure. And what that's going to do is it's going to free up some capacity for us. So we're going to be able to broaden our footprint out towards where this bypass is going to come through. And, you know, that's going to be a lot of dollars to get that done. So we're probably looking at 5 to 7 years, you know, just rough numbers on getting some of that infrastructure in place out through there. But there's going to need to be annexations and lots of different moving parts with that. So we have to be planning now, which we are doing, in order to make that successful when that bypass is ready to be driven on.
Yeah, because it could offer a lot of new opportunities.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Garrett County still all tied up with the Lady Admirals from Danville. 11:40 to go here in the first half. This second half of the 12th Region doubleheader here at Garrett Athletic Facility. Garrett County now having to play defense. Haven't had to play a lot of defense early in this contest. But now soccer ball down on that end. And, again, it's one of those deals where you feel like we've dominated the kind of the time of possession, but all it takes is one to slip by the goalie and you're behind.
Well, you look at the stats now, Scott. I mean, Garrett's got 5 shots on goal. Danville has 2. So that's resulted in 4 saves from Danville, 1 save from Garrett. Neither team has had a corner kick, which is kind of interesting.
This is Warren, I think, trying to take it up the sideline. Ball goes out of bounds.
Tell you what, Mayor, I mean, it's a different perspective sitting in the press box.
It is. I can barely see the yellow line closest to us, much less over there where the coaches and the benches are.
That's kind of why, you know, we mentioned this in the first game of our broadcast. You know, I try to use the binoculars, but then I try to look at the roster, and I have to use my reading glasses. So
there you go. There you go.
The struggle is real.
As Worthington takes one off the face of the Danville Lady Admirals, as it looks like Reynolds able to clear the ball. Ty and Holly Robinson checks in. She says, I see my Gracie. That's right.
Oh, let's go.
That's right. She's out there helping on the sidelines. Gracie Robinson as well as I think that might be Leanne Garrett as two of the middle school Lady Cougars as they're helping with the ball duties today. Ball duties are a lot easier now, Mayor, than they were at level field.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, one side of the field, it was really a piece of cake. It was just maybe a yard, but the other, you made up for it.
Well,
for sure.
When we went over to Lincoln County the first game of the year, there's a hill that's right beside their field house, their concession stand, and we ran that hill a couple of times when I played for old Lincoln County, and I might have had PTSD walking past that hill. So maybe our ball boys and girls kind of feel the same way about the level field complex.
I'd say they are as happy about moving over here as anybody. That's right. As we are. 9 minutes, 10 seconds to go here in the first half. Garrett County still all tied up as a ball thrown out ahead as Garrett County in a foot race. As the keeper is going to be able to come out and clean one up for Garrett County is Claire Weaver, sophomore, 5'5" sophomore for Garrett County.
Scott got a pretty nice crowd here tonight.
We really do.
Yeah.
I'm very, very pleased with the crowd and the turnout. And last night, the Lady Cougars got a win over Madison Middle.
Man, you've watched a lot of soccer here recently,
buddy.
Scott.
I mean, I didn't get to my knowledge of soccer by accident.
Yeah.
Look here, we're going to have a kick on goal. Oh, no
man.
good. As Nevaeh put her hands right to her face, she knew she had a golden opportunity there. Now, I have watched a lot of soccer. I've enjoyed it. My soccer background is zero, so just getting a chance to try to understand.
It's a fun game to watch.
And it is a fun game to watch, and especially when you have a vested interest in, it's your team. And just watching these kids, and a lot of them, for me personally, obviously my daughter plays, but a lot of these kids that I had at Camp Dick Robinson, and a lot of these kids, obviously, all of these kids are Garrett County students. So just, cheering for your team is a lot of fun, and always enjoy that.
Michael, have you been up watch FC Cincinnati?
I've not been able to make it up, but I would love to be able to catch a game.
I've been to 2 matches, and I mean I've been to a lot of sporting events, and I'm not sure I can match the crowd participation and the energy in the crowd. I mean, it's unbelievable. If no one's ever been up there, I mean, y'all need to go.
Oh,
let's
Paisley
go!
Pointer.
Oh my word!
Oh yeah,
Putting it in the net.
Left foot goal.
My goodness!
As Paisley's picture jumps up on the board.
I love that.
That puts Garrett County up now 1-0 against the Lady Admirals.
Well, and what happened was what Michael has been explained in the first half. Garrett had so many opportunities and possessed the ball and just kept firing and firing and firing. And, man, it's good to see one go through the net.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, in 7 shots on goal is obviously that's a fact. But out of all of those 7 shots were what you would call high-impact shots, where that one was one of the first ones where she had momentum going, was able to really get behind one and to power one into the goal. And Garrett County now is going to cause Danville to come out on them a little bit more, which should open up some more lanes.
And open up some gaps.
For the Lady Lions. That's Eva Elliman working along the left side. Clearing it to the middle, trying to get it back to Pointer. As this is Sis Major, steps up defensively for the Lady Lions. As I really enjoy, we talk about this field.
She's so aggressive.
Oh, yeah.
I love watching her play.
Nevaeh
goes full speed ahead.
She goes straight ahead. Like she's quick, fast, and extremely strong. As Pointer back to Elliman. Elliman trying to find a angle as she's trying to center one to a teammate. Another thing, Mayor, that I'm not a huge fan of, as this official has done a little bit better, our official in the last game just kind of got in the way. Like he kept getting in the way. Like Like, get out of the way.
It's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, he got hit. He got hit more times than some of our players.
Sometimes you just find yourself in the middle of it, and you just can't get out of it to save your life.
He got hit twice in like a matter of like 5 seconds.
And as I said the first game, we saw a lot of that Friday night too.
Yeah, that's true.
That's all I'm going to say.
We were yelling at the officials for a different reason on that
They
particular
were definitely
one.
getting the way.
And they deserved it.
Yes.
So, Nevaeh Ford will come down the side to Paisley. Paisley working on Dunn from Danville. Dunn able to clear one to Gary County. That is Ava Warren. Not Ava just couldn't get her feet together. She was
aggressive.
She was trying just to get a little bit of opportunity. 4:45 to go here in this first half. Another thing we talked about, Mayor, that is a little different is I never understood why, sometimes they would keep the clock on the field as well up there, but Coach Rashawn
I didn't know that.
told us that now it's basically just to the clock.
Yeah.
Like they don't, when the clock gets to 0, there's no more extra time. So it was that
kind of adds a piece of transparency to a degree, right?
It does,
Yeah.
and you can imagine in a hard fought game if you're coming down to the wire and all of a sudden you think you're going to win and one clock goes off and the referees are in the middle. No, you've got 3 minutes.
Oh
left
yeah,
and then,
that's a strange rule. Right there.
That is
some
weird.
Irate individuals
Oh,
real
yeah.
fast.
Well, as a player or as a coach, it's kind of hard to know where you stand because, ideally you want to be ahead when the clock gets to 0, but when that clock, it really doesn't matter.
So there's no added time in high school? Is that what you're telling me?
Not anymore.
That's what Coach
That's
Deshaun
what
said.
Coach Deshaun said it was a new new rule. Did not know that.
I mean, basically, they keep a time. They still keep the time on the field.
Right.
So if there's a discrepancy between the official time and the scoreboard, then the official will correct the scoreboard.
Well, I noticed a 10-second discrepancy on the clock that I just automatically set, which was perfect when I hit it. So somewhere along the way, the clock must have stopped for about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So.
Well, when there's a goal scored, they stop the clock, or when there's an injury, they stop the clock. So
another thing, Mayor, I've got all kinds of things. I just want to run by you here.
Grievance number 37.
Just to chat. Well, this one's kind of a mild grievance.
Oh, mild.
So we watched in the boys' game, and Slade Skeens kicked one, and he kicked it probably 40 yards, straight up in the air, and a dude takes it right off the head. So I mean, that can't feel good. Obviously, I've never done that. But
would you do it?
I would not. Soccer ball is not exactly soft. I mean, that can't feel good.
No, it depends on where you hit it. If you hit it right between the eyes, just a little bit above, it's not that bad. Now, if you take it off the nose,
bridge of the nose,
if you take it off the very top
he
of your
said
head,
it's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
It's definitely not great.
Yeah.
So I won't name any names, but one of my high school years, we may or may not have had a coach that had a jugs machine.
Oh my
that
gosh!
may or may not have shot soccer balls in our general direction.
Goodness.
Now,
I'm glad I wasn't the principal there.
I'm out on that.
Granted, it's really good for goalkeepers, not
yeah.
so much for midfielders.
Oh, wow.
Mercy.
So those did hurt.
And again, soccer balls they're not like basketballs per se, but they're not.
They're
pretty
heavy.
close.
They're heavy.
I mean, they're pretty firm. That when they hit you, you're gonna know it has hit you.
Well, it's falling about 80 yards out of the sky, it helps a little bit, too.
Oh, no kidding.
No doubt.
No kidding. Soccer ball out of bounds as Garrett County still in possession and with a lead. Huron Group scoreboard, 1:35 to go here. First half, Garrett County leads 1-0. East trying to clear the ball for Garrett County. Reynolds coming out of there to Denny. Garrett County has really done a nice job tonight as when the ball has gotten on the Danville end that they've done a nice job of reversing field, getting
Good grief almighty, that's some physical play out there.
That was a block. She was not set.
Yeah.
Don't get in her way.
Yeah, that's right. That was a block.
She don't slow down.
So I'm not. I'm just asking because just honestly, why is that a fact? Like. They just ran into each other. So is it something
It's
like
kinda
if
like the
you
defense got in the way.
intentionally do something, or like if you are, like it just seemed like They were just got in the way.
She had control of the ball, and the defender got in the way.
Yeah, by the letter of the law, you're supposed to be making a soccer play, right?
Okay.
So if a defender just steps in front of you just to block off what you're doing,
Right.
usually if you retain possession, they'll allow that to play. But now if there's any movement where the offensive player pulls an arm up or a hand up or anything like that, it's usually going to go against the offensive player just from a safety perspective.
Yeah, I really don't know what they look for. I mean, because soccer is a very physical game, one that much more physical than I would enjoy. But Coach Deshaun said earlier, he said, it's something in the ball game that is very physical. Speaking of an end to a means, this is halftime.
Let's go
for Gary County. Gary County leads on your group scoreboard 1-0. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it'll be halftime show here at Gary County. This is Golden Lion Sports Network here from the Countryside BP Studios.
Bob Allen is Danville's deal maker. Save more on Bob Allen's winning selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Shop on lot or online at boballenmotormall.com. Bob Allen is a proud supporter of Garrett County Athletics.
At Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, tradition means just a little bit more. We know hard work and extra effort create a lasting impression. And while times may change, one thing never will: our commitment to you. Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, your hometown friends, your hometown bank.
Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know. Generations of serving our community, immunizations, prescriptions, and so much more. Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know.
Students, get ready now. The Garrett County Area Technology Center nursing program engages students and offers an accelerated path to a nursing career. Fast track to a great future by gaining hands-on experience and training. Ready? Why wait? Make tomorrow today at the Garrett County Area Technology Center.
Farmers National Bank believes investing in education is the best way to build a stronger community. Good luck to all the Garrett County students in the classroom and on the playing fields. Go Lions!
Danville Office Equipment is proud to be the area's premier partner in providing office solutions and supplies. From businesses, schools, to home offices, we take pride in helping our neighbors be more productive. Danville Office Equipment, Danville, Lebanon, and Somerset.
The Urban Group, Realtors and Auctioneers. No one sells it better. UrbanGroup.com. The Urban Group, Realtors and Auctioneers. No one sells it better.
The Garrett County Chamber of Commerce, where business meets community. Business and community members alike can get involved, stay informed, and take advantage of helpful insights. Supporting local means a healthier community. Sound good? Then the Garrett County Chamber of Commerce is for you.
Hey, I'm Micah Wade. I'm a lender at First Southern National Bank in Lancaster. I'm excited to serve the Garrett County community. Good luck to all of our athletes this season. Go Lions!
Buy local, eat well at Marks Berry Farm.
We're growing and we need you. Great people.
Great job. Come be part of our exciting future.
Come taste for yourself or shop online. See our story at marksberryfarm.com.
At Hunt Insurance, we understand the desire to protect what's important to you: family, business, life. Every day we strive to continue a legacy of caring commitment. That's always been our driving principle. Now, more than ever, the Hunt Insurance Agency.
Safe, secure, Docubit. Introducing DataBot, a precision digital destruction tool that protects your confidentiality and allows for sustainable device recycling. Secure document and digital destruction by the area's premier data protection service. Call Docubit.
What makes Whitaker Bank uniquely Kentucky?
We're here to provide you friendly expert service on a wide range of products.
We're your neighbors, committed to investing in our community.
Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
Welcome back to the Countryside BP Studio here on the Golden Lion Sports Network. We're at halftime, and the Urban Group scoreboard has Garrett County 1, Danville Want to give a big shout out to our friends at Keys and Crows. Keys and Crows hooks the Gold Line Sports Network broadcasting team up with a tasty pregame meal. So
get ready, we're coming.
Let's go. We're there on Friday, right? No doubt about that. So we appreciate Jackie and Jennifer and Keely and Alexa and Dalen, and my man Jake is a part of the Keys and Crows team. So appreciate our friends at Keys and Crows. Hey, Gold Line fans, score big with End Zone Eats from your Lancaster Dairy Queen. After every made Gold Line field goal, you get 10%, 20%, even up to 30% off DQ's Ultimate Treats. Just bring your ticket or phone stub on Saturday after game day.
Let's go.
And Jeff talked about he stopped and had a Heath blizzard, right?
Yum.
Yeah, there you go.
That's my pregame treat.
Mayor, what's your
go-to blizzard?
What's your go-to blizzard?
Chocolate chip cookie dough.
Oh, let's go.
That'll work.
No doubt about that.
That'll work.
But I like the Oreo blizzard, but not been too many Oreo blizzards in the tide here recently, unfortunately. So, hey, the Line Pride Football Alumni Association would like to thank these sponsors for the generous support of our Golden Lines, Bluegrass Bottling, Hewlett General Contracting, and Danville Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. Former alumni, we want you get back in the game with the LPFAA. And again, big shout out to Doug Davis and Kevin Milton for the recent inductees into the Line Pride Football Alumni Association. We're excited to have one of our newest sponsors come on board, be Lancaster First Assembly. So as a part of that, we have a weekly Grace of the Game. So this week's Grace of the Game moment by Lancaster First Assembly. 1 Thessalonians 5:17, pray without ceasing. Life lesson is keep a conversation open with God all the time. He is listening. The prayers you don't pray will always go unanswered. Pastor Wendell Johnson of First Assembly invites you to join them in person or online. So, again, we appreciate all of our sponsors. Appreciate Lancaster First Assembly for jumping on.
Yes, we do.
And
we
being
do.
one of our newer broadcasts. So, it's I think it's perfect, Jeff. I mean, we're sitting here looking at
right across the street, neighbors,
And, man, Pastor Wendell's so excited. I mean, you talk about a mission opportunity that exists, being this close to Gary County High School, now this new athletic complex. So, folks, with that, we're going to take one last time out. We'll take one last time out break, and we'll be right back with second half action here on the Golden Line Sports Network.
Bob Allen is Danville's deal maker. Save more on Bob Allen's winning selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Shop on lot or online at boballenmotormall.com. Bob Allen is a proud supporter of Garrett County Athletics.
At Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, tradition means just a little bit more. We know hard work and extra effort create a lasting impression. And while times may change, one thing never will: our commitment to you. Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, your hometown friends, your hometown bank.
Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know. Generations of serving our community, immunizations, prescriptions, and so much more. Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know.
Students, get ready now. The Garrett County Area Technology Center nursing program engages students and offers an accelerated path to a nursing career. Fast track to a great future by gaining hands-on experience and training. Ready? Why wait? Make tomorrow today at the Garrett County Area Technology Center.
Farmers National Bank believes investing in education is the best way to build a stronger community. Good luck to all the Garrett County students in the classroom and on the playing fields. Go Lions!
Danville Office Equipment is proud to be the area's premier partner in providing office solutions and supplies. From businesses, schools, to home offices, we take pride in helping our neighbors be more productive. Danville Office Equipment, Danville, Lebanon, and Somerset.
The Urban Group, Realtors and Auctioneers. No one sells it better. UrbanGroup.com. The Urban Group, Realtors and Auctioneers. No one sells it better.
The Garrett County Chamber of Commerce, where business meets community. Business and community members alike can get involved, stay informed, and take advantage of helpful insights. Supporting local means a healthier community. Sound good? Then the Garrett County Chamber of Commerce is for you.
Hey, I'm Micah Wade. I'm a lender at First Southern National Bank in Lancaster. I'm excited to serve the Garrett County community. Good luck to all of our athletes this season. Go Lions.
Buy local, eat well at Marks Berry Farm.
We're growing and we need you. Great people.
Great job. Come be part of our exciting future.
Come taste for yourself or shop online. See our story at marksberryfarm.com.
At Hunt Insurance, we understand the desire to protect what's important to you: family, business, life. Every day we strive to continue a legacy of caring commitment. That's always been our driving principle. Now, more than ever, the Hunt Insurance Agency.
Safe, secure, Docubit. Introducing DataBot, a precision digital destruction tool that protects your confidentiality and allows for sustainable device recycling. Secure document and digital destruction by the area's premier data protection service. Call Docubit.
What makes Whitaker Bank uniquely Kentucky?
We're here to provide you friendly expert service on a wide range of products.
We're your neighbors, committed to investing in our community.
Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
And welcome back, folks, as it is time for second half action here in the Garrett County Athletic Facility. As we're going to have to, I feel like we're going to see some light show on this half.
So I love the music that's being played, right? So if you had a walk-up song, Scott Boland, what would your walk-up song be? We talked about this for baseball and softball, but
for soccer,
well, just
mine would be
like when you walk into the Garrett Education Center in the morning.
No.
If you could pick one song to get your mindset ready for work, what would it be?
Well, I mean, it's got to be. I mean, sports specific. Like if I walk into to work, it's let's get this party started. That's what I'm ready. I mean, because I'm walking in, baby. We're ready to go. We're ready to go.
Mayor, what would the work-up song be?
You know, we're at the Lions soccer game, so welcome to the jungle comes to mind.
See,
I heard that a lot. I heard
Come
that a
on,
lot,
Scott.
See, I'm afraid some of these the youth today don't appreciate "Welcome to the Jungle" the way we used to. Like
GNR, man.
I've told you, man. So when we were in basketball,
Well,
they
it's
would
only
be
been
playing,
used a little bit.
but they would play "Welcome to the Jungle" when we came out of the locker room, and I'd be dribbling out, and I felt like I could jump up and touch the net.
Man, that
like,
ball would be dribbling so hard you could touch the net.
I was pounding the ball on the floor and bouncing down through there. I mean, it was my vertical was never higher.
JJ, what a walk-up song?
I really have to study it to make it right, but I'll just say Thunderstruck for now.
There you go.
That one always used to get to me.
Well, y'all know mine.
Yeah,
Party in the
USA.
That's the craziest thing I've ever seen. I mean, of all the stuff you do, that one that's still.
I like that song too. I'll confess.
Man.
I don't know what it is.
It gets me going.
Caleb has a couple of quirks that I'm going to call him out. One of them is that
I like the 3-and-3 in football.
He likes 3-3, and then the other one is he likes to put potatoes in his chili. And call it chili.
Have you ever had potatoes in chili, Mayor?
I can't say I have.
That's because nobody does that.
Well,
nobody puts
pineapple on the pizza.
Nobody puts
about that.
Yeah, that's right.
What about noodles in your chili?
Yes.
What's the
No.
consensus there?
Yeah,
fellas?
my mom. That's the way Mom made it. Yep.
I can handle that as it's going to be a save for Danville. I can handle the noodles. Not a fan, but
beans
it's okay.
and sauce. You
gotta
gotta
try
have more
potatoes.
than that.
Yeah.
Less beans, more noodles. For me.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm good.
More
I
beans.
can eat chili every day.
I don't like chili to be soupy. I like it to be thick.
Hot sauce.
Some hot sauce. I do like that.
Yeah, I like hot sauce.
And I like peanut butter in my chili.
Yeah. See, there you go.
I put peanut butter directly in the
He's
chili.
just hating on me for potatoes.
I do.
And he puts
I
peanut
do.
butter in.
Can't say I've ever had peanut butter in there.
No, I'm sorry.
Listen, when I grew up at Camp Dick Robinson, every time we had chili, we had
peanut
butter sandwiches.
Yes.
That's
Now-
what we had. That's what you had.
Pizza and corn.
Love them
And
together.
Pizza and corn.
But I wouldn't put it in there.
Well, you should.
Yeah.
You should. And so that's
I'm
why
gonna try it this
I always tried it. It's really
I'll
good.
try peanut butter in chili. You try potatoes in chili.
Maybe that'll be on the menu of the Bowling Cafe ones.
Well, we need to make that happen. We'll have to send that to the chef and see if we can make that happen. That's for sure. As Danville, Garrett County came out quickly and had a couple shots on goal.
Been really aggressive.
Been very aggressive as Pointer is going to kick one off to the side to Haley Hunt. As back to Snowden to Eva Elliman. Gary County doing a really nice job of spacing the field, trying to find those angles. I do want us to score because I want to see the light show.
Oh, my goodness. The light show's unbelievable.
No, it's really cool.
I think for sure if this score ends up, you're going to see the light show after.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Elliman working on Danville Admirals. Centers it to Warren. We've had a lot of girls on this team. It's Warren's going to, or excuse me, Elliman's going to get a shot off. We've had a lot of girls on this team that play. I don't guess you club. I was going to say you don't call it travel as much, but you just call it club. Because a lot of these kids, they
just
play.
love the game.
They do.
Yeah.
They play a lot. I mean, a whole lot.
So appreciate all of our sponsors here tonight. You know, we're so blessed to have a lot of sponsors that kind of make these broadcasts possible. Bob Allen Motor Mall, Hunt Insurance. We'll be having the Chuck Hunt Player of the Game, Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, Sutton's Pharmacy, Danville Office Equipment for Southern National Bank, the Irvin Group, Marksbury Farm, Farmers National Bank, Garrett County Schools, DocuBet, the Garrett County Chamber, and Whitaker Bank. Appreciate our Lancaster Dairy Queen End Zone Eats and the Countryside BP Studio.
You know, I want to just say this. If you liked the parade coverage and all these other extra things we do, it's because of those great folks right there.
I agree.
That we want to go the extra mile, and it allows us to be able to do that kind of stuff. So it does. When we say thank them, it'd be great.
You know, when you're in these businesses, make sure you tell them thank you and your appreciation and gratitude for the support of the Golden Line Sports Network. Can you imagine, Mayor, having something like this if when you play to kind of go back and – because, you know, this stays, you know, out there. And I can't tell you how many times the kids at school tell us during the week they go back and watch and their family goes back and watch. Man, what a cool opportunity it would have.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. I mean, so much stuff has went to technology now. I mean, the newspaper's great. I'm able to go back and look through some clips from, you know, my golden years.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But having it to where you can always go back and find this information. I mean, it's phenomenal.
You know, that's kind of, there were very few things came out of COVID that was positive, but one of them being the streaming, as it seemed like, you know, when COVID happened, a lot of things started streaming, and, you know, sports, meetings, churches, a lot of different things. And so that is obviously one of the positives that came out of COVID.
It
but
kind of
for the
increased
better.
the outreach.
It did.
Yeah,
it really did.
Yeah, there's nothing like being here. There really isn't.
I agree.
But, you know, for so many folks that are busy and a lot of folks who are out of town, it's a way to engage them and maybe even encourage somebody to come out who hadn't been to a game in a long time. And really, we'd love that. That's really what we want.
Well, and even for the folks that are here or the players playing, they can go back and watch it.
Absolutely.
Because they all want, you know, I mean, they want to hear the technical part that I talk about with
yes,
soccer.
they want to hear what you have to say.
Now you're saying that's why they come? So
no,
they don't have to hear
that's why they like to watch it. They're like, what is that idiot going to say about soccer? That looks like a handball. Well, that was.
He called it. Yeah, he called it.
So aren't the officials, don't they raise their hand or anything? Or were they
he did. He
raised
his
his
hand. Yep. Not real long.
It was a quick one.
I thought he might have been swatting at a fly.
He flinched.
Yeah.
He flinched. 33 minutes and 25 seconds to go.
Here's Scott's one of his favorite sets.
This is another crazy thing.
He would like to be in the line right there.
So Mayor.
Oh,
yeah, what a great shot.
Nice attempt, yeah.
So why do they stand there as opposed to just marking up and getting back there towards the goal? Do they have to stand there? Is that part of the rules?
So you have to be 10 yards off the ball, and then the further away from your goal usually is a good thing, because the closer you get to your goal, the closer they can get their offense to our goal. So you want to, there's a happy medium there. I think that one was on, what, about the 25, 27-yard line. So if you want to be up in front of your goal.
Do you have to have a certain number of people up?
You do not.
No. Okay.
No, you
All
just, the only stipulation is that you have to have 10 yards between yourself and wherever they place that
Okay,
ball,
gotcha.
if you're on the defensive side. Now, offensive player, as long as you stay on sides, then you can do whatever you want to.
Would it ever make sense to not have them up there and have them mark, and back up like right there, or because that would probably give them a free shot, right? So you wouldn't want to do that.
And you want to, from a defensive standpoint, you want your goalie to have the best visibility as possible. And then from an offensive standpoint, if it's a direct kick, you want to have your best placement kicker on that ball and just let them rip it towards the back of the net.
So I got to ask you, one, were you ever in those lines right there where you had to stand there?
I did take many off the body. Many off the body. Some places hurt much worse.
Well, I was
going to
say, did you take
Yes.
any shots? Because
Yes.
they do not kick it softly.
Yeah, and you absolutely want to put your hands behind your back, regardless of where you may want to place them.
Yeah.
I don't
to
think I
protect
could do that.
yourself, you want to put them behind your back because if you get a handball in the box, it's a wonderful PK, and that's what we do.
So that was the answer a while ago.
Yeah.
It's
If
a
your
PK
hands
if
are
it's a foul.
down and
That's
you're
true.
covering things and
Yeah.
it hits your hand, is it considered a
If you
handball?
move-
Wow.
If you move those hands, it depends
Yeah.
on your ref. But now, if you move
I
those
understand.
hands, if you flinch and those hands come up, they're going to call you for a handball pretty much
Gotcha.
every time.
That just doesn't sound fun.
That's
It
called
does- it's
dedication.
not. Mm-mm.
Yeah, that just doesn't sound fun. See, I never had to worry about that at mid-bench. It was
Your mid-bench position.
mid-bench position. I was always pretty good. Garrett County trying to add to their 1-0 lead here on your Urban Group scoreboard. Trying
good
to.
ball movement.
There's I thought that was gonna be a shot on goal. It ends up being blocked. It looked like Dunn was able to block that one.
Yeah, Garrett's ball movement has been phenomenal tonight.
They do it, and as Coach Deshaun did say, he was talking about trying to hit singles. You can see that as they're trying to move the soccer ball, space it very much like basketball, where you're trying to work as strong side, weak side, move the soccer ball in the spacing, and then try to get a chance to score. Danielle Barnes checks in and says, "Soccer is football without pads." Man, you're not
We've
kidding.
seen some of those collisions.
They are very, very rough, and there are certain plays at certain times that can be extremely rough. I know we were talking about it in the boys' game where, Slade would kick one and then somebody would take it off the cranium. But there's times where, like, two people, one from each team, going at it, and they hit as hard each other going up for the ball as anybody. Speaking of soccer gurus, checking in from Colts Run tonight, David Scott checking in. As he's got Layla Dessa Scott on the team, on the soccer team, as she is double dipping as a cheerleader and a soccer player.
Man,
as
she's active.
She is, and that's very difficult. And I love to see kids do it. Now it is very dedicated on the kids and the parents' part.
You think she does it so David don't make her chop wood at home?
Probably so. I would say that's a good part. But she is out here. She's had a long layoff on soccer, and I'm glad to see her back playing.
Yes,
she took
good,
some.
honestly, great athlete.
Took some years off, and
I tell you, today I was at Garrett County High School, and every time I see Layla Scott, it just makes you smile.
Well,
she's got a beautiful smile.
She's
got a great personality. She's always so nice and personable, and that's not by accident. That's a good family right there.
No, she is very, very personable young lady, and I've had the pleasure of being around Layla since she was born, and it's hard to believe that she's in high school. As Garrett County now is trying to the keeper's coming way out.
Wow.
Now, not by rule, but by rule for the coach, how far do you want your keeper? Normally you don't want them to go X amount of yards. So a play like that, is that kind of a little bit farther than you would want to see your keeper go?
When you've got a one-on-one situation right there with the Danville player coming in towards your goalkeeper, I'd say Coach Deshaun got a little nervous on that one with his keeper being 30 yards out of the goal.
Yeah, it just makes it makes me nervous from the fact that it's kind of unattended. Now Garrett County trying to put one a little bit of a fast break as Paisley Pointer gets one in the middle of the field.
Oh, little dipsy
Makes another person miss. Trying to get a shot off the left-handed or a left-footed shot on goal.
Man, that's skill.
That is skill. Now, Mayor, has it ever came down to a time to where, team down by one with a minute and a half or so to go, and you take your keeper out and let them play offense, or just kind of leave it unattended?
Yeah, you send them.
If
you're down.
Oh, yeah.
Even if you're tied, if it's a win situation, kind of a win or go home. I mean, if you're down 1-0, if you're tied 1-1, it's one of those things where you may roll the dice and say, go get it, send your keeper, and hope for the best.
Now, obviously you are kind of rolling the dice just simply because you're going to have an advantage. But if something happens and it goes wrong, then obviously you've got an empty net that you have to deal with. I've seen them do it in hockey. I've obviously not watched a great deal soccer, but I could see where that would be an advantage at some point. Reynolds with the soccer ball, and I was going to say, man, everybody stopped. I didn't know what was going on.
There's some sort of infraction or a foul. The Garrett County Clerk's Office wants to remind everyone you can vote early starting Thursday, October the 31st, Friday, November the 1st, and Saturday, November the 2nd. This election day is expected to be a busy one with national and local elections creating a lot of interest plus several amendments that need your attention. Check out the Garrett County Clerk's Office official website and Facebook page for all the details.
Garrett County with a shot on goal. It's going to be a save by Danville. Almost bounced over the keeper's head.
13 shots on goal for Garrett, 2 for Danville. Danville's goalie has 10 saves. Garrett's goalie's got 2, and we've yet to see a quarter kick. That's pretty amazing.
That's true. So, Mayor, did you get a chance to I know they came in about the time you were graduating, but did you play on many turf fields?
I did not in high school. I can't remember a single one that we played on in high school. When my freshman year, I went and played at Campbellsville University, and there was a few turf fields that we got to play on there before my career was abruptly ended by a few too many concussions. The old cranium.
That's why you were talking. You were taking it between your eyes from 40 yards out,
or someone else's forehead. Either one doesn't feel real good.
Either one.
But no, this newer turf that we have today is significantly better than 20 years ago.
That's
to say
exactly
the
what I
least.
was about to say.
Yeah.
I've played on turf, and it wasn't what we're
Not like
those
this,
kids are
no.
playing
So
on.
playing on turf as opposed to grass. So 2 questions, double sided here. Did you like it better as a player, and then what was the differences?
So as a soccer purist, I'm a grass guy.
Sure.
Now, not to take anything away from this beautiful facility at all. Grass gives, and when you're playing soccer, when you're moving and cutting as much as you do, it's just a more natural fit for a soccer player, in my opinion. But now a nice turf field like this out here, I would love to play on this as well.
The problem is a lot of the areas, and it's a lot better than it used to be, didn't have the best grass to begin with.
Right.
So I've heard horror stories of some area schools.
It happened in the 12th region soccer tournament just a year or 2 ago.
Yeah, there was a county that to not be named probably that may or may not have had cornfields surrounding their soccer field.
Exactly.
And there was a lot of irate individuals.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's a couple that really took to social media that wasn't happy about that.
Yeah, that was not a good thing. We have, I would say, level field is probably one of the nicest Bermuda soccer fields that we have around, and to have it in our repertoire now with this that we have here, it's...
And Michael, it's interesting because one of the things that I was talking to AD Mark Centers about and just the great partnership that the high school and the middle school is working together with athletic facilities right now, because basically, that is the middle school athletic facilities now. This is the high school athletic facilities. Yeah. However, especially with soccer, they still like to get on that field when they're playing a team that's got a grass surface.
Yeah.
So they're kind of they've got to work with one another, and our soccer teams are still trying to get some access to grass because it is a different game as you spoke about.
Yeah, the ball does a lot of different things on different playing surfaces.
Now I played at the old Cardinal Stadium, and I think it was artificial turf
on
top of concrete.
That was more like AstroTurf.
Yeah, it was.
That was like was like the old patio you used to have with the green grass over
green
concrete.
Grass on the porch.
We did not enjoy it. We got beat in the state championship game, and we did not enjoy getting knocked down.
I remember
on that concrete.
I remember the old Riverfront Stadium.
About the same kind
Cincinnati
of turf.
Reds. It was just hard. It was that hard AstroTurf.
Yeah, that's what it was.
They hit a baseball, and it was just skid right to somebody or through somebody. 22:50 to go here in the second half. Garrett County clinging to a 1-0 lead on your Urban Group scoreboard here from the Countryside BP Studios. Jeff Jacobs, Dr. Caleb Gresham, Michael Mayer Gaffney checking in with us tonight. We appreciate him sitting in with us and bringing you all the action here from the Garrett Athletic Facility. And
beautiful night.
It is just a gorgeous night. It really is, and it's great again just to kind of watch our kids get the opportunity to enjoy these facilities, and second to none as you go out there and come back on Friday night as the football team will be hosting Somerset Briar Jumpers here, 7:30 kickoff big football game. Now bring your ponchos and your rain gear.
Oh, man.
As Hurricane what?
Francine.
Francine. As that doesn't sound too bad. Francine
No.
sounds like a nice.
My
nice
cat's
lady.
name is Francine.
Is it? Is it really?
Yeah. So I mean,
nice
it can't be
ball.
that bad.
It can't be. It can't be awful.
No. How
to
could
have that
Francine be
name.
terrible?
What would you, if you were going to name a hurricane that was going to be really, really bad, what would you call it?
Rex.
Rex.
Yeah, I'd probably call it Ava.
We had an Ida not too long ago, right?
Yeah, we did have an Ida.
I know. Y'all know what I would name mine, right?
Yeah, what?
Calipari.
That would just be destroying. It would destroy a lot of stuff. Garrett County still, Danville trying to pack it in on them, having a hard time, finding too many openings.
Well, we talked about this when, Danville was up 3-0 in the boys' game. Now, Garrett's up 1-0 here with 21
With a shot.
minutes left.
Oh.
Good shot on goal. So, I mean, Garrett's very comfortable keeping the ball in the possession of the ball and kind of keeping it on this end of the field, Scott.
Yeah. As Garrett County is just over 20 minutes to go here in this contest. Again, a big regional contest here for the Lady Lions. Big thank you to all the folks that are out here making tonight possible. As we've got Jeff Moss and a lot of folks in there.
Bernie Burnside.
Bernie Burnside. I can't say who else, but it's not just a one-person show.
No.
As it, as if you go to level field, you just have one person announcing, and they can also run the scoreboard. As it's a little bigger. As that's a nice shot from outside. Good save for Danville.
Goodness. Wow.
So, Mayor, if that goalie is stretched out like that and has her hands, can you come back and kick it, or once they get it just kind of that's bad form?
If she has possession, you're not supposed to touch the keeper.
If it's loose.
If it is loose, it is a fair game on that ball.
Now, if it's a ball and it is kind of loose, and you comes in and a player from one team, can they run into the keeper?
If the keeper does not have possession of the ball, then as long as you're making a soccer move, the referee will usually allow it.
Okay. So, I mean, you can't just go take them out, obviously.
You
but
can't
if
just
you're,
forearm
but if
shimmy 'em.
Ooh, just on the outside. But if it's a play on a ball.
Yeah, if it's a soccer play on the ball, then absolutely, that is fair game.
Man, listen to that.
That line is getting it.
Oh, let's go.
That almost sounded like a snorting hog. Didn't it? That didn't.
I've got a good roaring line in the line. We need to get it on.
We need to get that on. Yeah, we need to go back to that commercial we did a couple years ago.
Yeah, you said you weren't roaring, man.
Yeah, but Caleb's got the roar. That was.
Let's see if we can get that updated next time.
Yeah, we need to do
A
that.
little party on the USA.
We need to do
I
that.
I got a good one.
Let's go.
We definitely need to do that. You know what where a really cool roaring line would be right on that water tower, right up there.
Oh, yeah.
But you can't see right now.
Talk to me, Mayor.
But that would be a real, because, man, when that daylight's here,
it has a line on it, doesn't it?
If we just knew somebody that could help us with
happen.
that. Yeah. I like to work on that. See what we could do, because that would be really cool.
There may have been something possibly brought up about that back about a month ago when a few individuals may have been out here looking around.
That would be
I won't
really,
name any names.
That'd be really cool.
But that water tower is in plain sight of this
it really
beautiful
is.
facility.
It
so
really is.
A big line would look pretty
man,
nice
a big
up there.
line or a
If
GC
only
or
we
a
knew
Power
a guy.
G. If we just knew somebody.
Right? Oh, yeah.
I tell you
Doesn't the water tower have a line on it?
Has a
it's got
GC
on the other side.
I tell you what I do.
Oh,
I do know a councilman named Michael Wade. I always say something to him and see if he can get something.
With Michael Wade.
Yeah. I have his phone number if you need it.
Yeah,
Scott.
I think I could. You want to call him on the air
I
right
may
now?
have to.
Let's call him up.
It's after 9 o'clock. He's asleep.
He has 12 children. He's not asleep.
He's asleep.
Hey, Garrett County School says thank you.
The more the merrier.
That's half a teacher right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's right.
He has half a soccer team.
Wow.
So, well, I'm gonna have to call them.
Bless
I'm gonna have
his
to
heart.
call one of the council members. And ask him. Tell him all my soccer grievances.
Oh yeah.
He would love to hear about
He
it.
would, absolutely.
He really would like to hear that.
Long-time soccer
Who doesn't?
player himself.
Yeah, he was. He was a soccer player. he was on that team back in the day.
And Scott, you'll appreciate this. When he played soccer, he had hair.
I don't. Honest to goodness,
You would actually appreciate that.
I would. I don't quite remember myself with hair, more or less. Micah.
I was going to say, what year did we lose the hair?
Yeah. So, man, there's a picture of me.
Can you bring it?
No, there's a picture of me at graduation. And even when I had hair, I kept it I cut really short. And so, I mean, Michael remembers. He's known me since he was a kid.
Yeah.
I've not really had a lot of hair, per se, even when I had hair. So I've basically never had hair.
Can I say this, though? You wear it so well. Can you imagine Caleb and I without any hair? I mean you look great. You look great. I mean, it's your Scott.
So I appreciate that. But to be fair, I don't have a lot of options.
That's true.
You're just blessed, though, that you wear it well.
So here's one of the good things is, and it's a blessing and a curse. I have a very large cranium, and so when I was playing baseball, we had about 6 helmets and only.
Let's go.
Get a kick.
Oh.
So we had about 6 helmets and only one fit me. This is God's honest truth. I had to set the 1 year I played football. I had to set out the first. I had to set out the first 2 weeks because they had to order me a helmet.
Oh wow!
And they're like, "Is this kid really 8 years old?"
Well, good thing you didn't have any hair then. Been another size up.
Oh man,
that's great.
Yeah. I just wish this was a triple header.
It would be wild if it was a triple
out
header.
Of control. Jeez.
Gary County still clinging to a 1-0 lead here on your Urban Group scoreboard. Just over 15 minutes to go in this contest, Big 12th Region contest, as Ava Warren makes a nice move off the pass from Eva Elliman as Dunn comes out of there and clears it out for the Lady Ads. Gary County's going to give chase as that's going to be Denning. So tell me this, Mayor. If you're the goalie is out of the box, they can't pick it up, right?
Correct.
That's
so
right.
they have to kick it.
Yeah.
And then there's also something like if one of our players kick it back to them, there's something they can't.
They can only use their feet.
They can only kick it.
Yeah. If you intentionally play it back to your keeper, they can only use their feet.
There's a lot of quirky rules. You got to remember all this stuff. I'm going to bring that one up at my next soccer committee meeting.
Hey, you're always looking for parents to serve on your board, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I just filled a vacancy last night at the council meeting. So next time
that
I
is
have
just
Scott Bowling. There you go. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, that is just what they.
I've already got you instead of penciled in. I've already got you written down in ink.
Yeah. There you
so
go.
you're my guy.
Yeah,
Bless those poor souls that said they'd be like, "Who is this idiot? No, we can't. He knows nothing.
We can't even put a helmet on.
He can't even put a helmet on." That's exactly right, and they're true. That is true.
Yeah, but he's got a .4 handicap,
so
he gets the last laugh.
That doesn't mean much. You've got hats that don't fit. Gary County with another shot on goal. That's
aggressive.
I mean, so Mayor, you've coached 18-2 on shots.
Wow.
That's pretty substantial.
That's crazy.
Normally, so Gary County getting plenty of opportunities, but again, I feel like out of those 18, we've only had a couple of what I would consider like really strong, aggressive shots. Most of them have been like off the move, trying to be able to flip one in, but not been able to get very many really hard, solid shots on goal.
Yeah, this is one of those games where we just sit here and we see them dominating, but if you look at the scoreboard, it's 1-0.
Yeah,
I mean, it takes one quick goal.
Man, you feel like a lot better if Gary could put another goal.
Absolutely.
It feels like we're way up.
Oh, yeah.
Because we have dominated this game.
The possession, yeah.
Gary County trying. There's with the cross. We're trying to cross that one.
Well, at least that's going to run some time off.
So tell me this. I hear them talk about this, Mayor, like on a corner kick that they like Coach Deshaun was talking about. Sometimes they'll just throw it in and they'll just kind of streak and try to take the ball and do whatever they can. But sometimes he has certain sets and plays.
Yeah.
Like what kind of plays? Like you can't exactly set a screen, right? You can't set a pick. So what do you try to do, like cross or something to where you can kick to the back, or what do you normally do
so
as a play?
This would be something that you definitely would work on in practice. So you're going to have certain players you're going to have certain person that's going to kick the ball, and then you're going to have players that are going to have numbers like a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, maybe a 5, and they're going to have a specific spot that they're going to run to. So you may start out in a circle, you may start in a line, and then once they raise their hand and drop it, those players know, hey, I'm going here.
Right.
And you're trying to get that spot, and whoever's kicking that ball, they have a certain place in mind they want to put that ball, and you want to put your head, foot, knee, whatever on that ball. But that's something you practice, and that's kind of one of a few set plays you may have in a soccer game.
Now, would it be one that's just here comes Danville trying to assist Major, gets one out of there and clears
Good job by Major.
Clears it out. Addie East giving chase. Good job defensively. Would it be it's normally from the corner kick and then a direct kick into the goal, or do you try to could it be like to a spot and then try to go? I mean, that may be too much.
Yeah, from a corner kick, you're probably looking at somewhere around the PK spot or, the 6-yard box, somewhere around in there. And then if you got a young lady that has a really good foot, you may be looking back post. So somebody may be starting down at about where the 10-yard line marker is, and they may run in towards the back post, which would be closest to us, furthest away from the kicker, to try to get ahead on the ball.
Now, when the field is when they're actually playing and it's a live ball, obviously you're trying to space, you're trying to you'll cross one, but are there ever any types of specific sets that they have trying to score, or is it mainly just space it and then try to beat your player and then cross one?
Yeah, usually you're not going to have set plays as far as that goes. You're gonna work the ball usually inside out or outside in. However you've taught your team to play. But tonight we've had again a combination of both. There has been a lot of middle of the field play, but then the majority of the game has kind of been played on the outside. They've gotten possession in the middle, and then they've passed around and gotten it out wide.
Ooh, nice job that time by Garrett's back defenders. Nancy Robinson checks in, says, let's go, GC.
Let's go.
We talked about this earlier. Danielle Barnes said credit to club ball, too. So these girls dedicate all year to this, and they do. Like, during the winter, they're playing a lot of this indoor soccer stuff, which, it's fewer players and a lot smaller field. But it's same type of deal. As Emma played a little bit of that, and it is quite fast.
I tell you, I've been really impressed with the Garrett back line.
Yeah, they do a nice job
they
defensively.
Do a really,
with
really
Major
nice job.
And Snowden and Reynolds.
Mm-hmm.
Garrett County is just again content. I mean, 1-0 lead. Obviously, you have the lead, but you would feel better with 2. With 2-0, it
9 minutes away from a big district.
Yeah, it would just make you breathe a little bit better.
I think the judge can order another goal scored for Garrett.
He might.
Yeah.
He might.
I mean, I do what he tells me to do.
Without a doubt. Like, listen, that is immediately. They've done a really nice job tonight with the production.
Oh, they've done great. Because you're right, Scott. I mean, we're blessed to have this facility, but whereas it really would take one person typically to run this operation, it's taking 4 or 5 people now because you've got video content, you got video sound, you have a PA, you have the clock, and you've got the lighting. So it really takes 5 people to kind of run this in-game production, and so we really appreciate all of our volunteers that are willing to give up their time to kind of pull just an amazing experience off for our student athletes.
We talked about having the bowl game here a couple weeks ago, and some of those volunteers had to stay till like 2 or 2:30 in the morning, which was definitely an unusual situation, but it was something that was needed as the North Hardin and Corbin game went to well into the next morning. Says a good shot on goal. That's over. Score it. Oh,
I think
it looked like from here.
Where's that instant replay?
I see it right there.
I hit it too. I was going to hit it, and I think I waited too long, and it wouldn't have caught it.
They should ask me about
I can't see real good, but it looked over the line to me.
It did me too, without a doubt.
Oh, so close.
Without a doubt.
I was napping. I'll confess.
Reynolds clears one for the Lions as here comes Nevaeh Ford-Wilkins.
She's not going to stop.
She is not. She is a straight line runner, and if you get in her way, she's a tough gal.
I'm not sure I'd get in her way.
No, she's a tough gal. That's for certain. This Nevaeh is a very physical young lady, and definitely can cause problems for that other team. 7 minutes to go here in this contest, as Claire Weaver is going to field that one inside the box. Taking her time here. Yeah, again, we can take our time.
Scott, you've been on the hour 3 hours and 40 minutes.
Have I really?
Been on the
he took a 15-minute break.
I did. I mean, and to be fair, Poppin' Jay's popcorn really rejuvenated me to the point where it doesn't feel like it.
And it's sugar-free, too. You know?
I was on a really strong diet tonight, too, up until just then.
Those 19 steps coming up here.
I'm still breathing hard.
I remember.
I'm still breathing hard. We need to call about an escalator. Or
they're working
on
my elevator.
We need something.
I thought our steps were a lot until Friday night.
My man Jerome McPherson, Geary County grad, runs the Poppin' Jays. If you ever see Poppin' Jays up, please stop by and support him and hang out there and support him. As this good ball out in front, as Paisley Pointer is going to give chase. She's going to take one off the left foot and tried to sneak one in the left side.
Man, good opportunity there.
Lori Emma Junkin says Skylar number 7 is her granddaughter. That's Skylar Smith. As she has played an excellent ball game, Lori Ann. As Geary County continues now, 5 minutes and 35 seconds to go.
5 more minutes. Come on now. Let's
cling to this one.
Let's finish.
Goal lead. Geary County now 4-on-1. This young lady gets away. It's giving chase there is it's Addie East able to get in and redirect the soccer ball. That back line has done a really nice job. They haven't had a ton of
I think we're going to have our first corner kick, Scott.
Our first corner kick.
Yep.
So again, Mayor, not knowing the rules here, if it goes out, corner kicks are anything that goes out on the baseline.
Yes, sir.
So then
I think they call it the end line.
Yeah, whatever.
I was going to let him get by with it.
Baseline, end line, goal line, whatever. So that's when you have a corner kick.
Yeah. And if you'll watch Danville girls here, they will probably make runs to certain positions within the 6-yard box.
And so they're waiting, trying to figure out where to kick it.
So Coach Deshawn's asking for some clarification here, I believe.
Let's see here. What are we talking about?
He just got a yellow card.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. I don't know what that means. So
it means he needs to be quiet and go sit down so he don't get tossed.
Yeah.
So it's basically is that like a warning
it's
that you give in basketball?
Yeah.
Like a bench warning?
If he gets another yellow, he's out of here.
Now, see, the clock is actually stopped now on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
So what
they give yellow cards and red cards and stuff.
So what was he mad about? Like, what was he frustrated about, you think?
I missed whatever it may have been. I'm not sure what.
Obviously, the official did too, according to Coach
unless he thinks that it went off the Danville toe down there, because I seen our Garrett player pull up as the ball was going over the line, so he must have assumed that it was our possession.
So what are we doing here? What's he writing down?
He's just basically writing down that he's giving him a yellow card. I think he's writing down the time, making sure the time is right if they need to make any adjustments.
He keeps turning around and chit-chatting with him just to make sure. Danielle Barnes, his last comment says, this nurse has to go to bed. So proud of these peeps. Great spacing, great passes. So many shots on goal. This is our year. Mark it. And the defense rocks. That's right, Nurse Barnes. Go get you some rest.
Let's go.
Yep. As Wednesday early morning comes soon.
Team no sleep right here.
This is going to try.
Yeah.
Corner kick. I can't wait to get home and wrestle with a 4-year-old that I'm sure is not asleep. Her bed,
you want to do another game? Is that what you're saying?
Her bedtime is like 8:30, but it never happens. I'm not sure why. It's a good job that time defensively.
Clear. There you go.
That was Ava Elliman and Addie East in on that one.
There you go, Garrett ball.
Garrett
I'd like
ball.
to see Garrett advance this.
Snowden triggering it in for the Lady Lions, leading 1-0 with 4 minutes to go.
I'd like to see Garrett clear this, kind of put this back on the Garrett offensive side of the midfield there, and I feel pretty good about Gary County's chances at that point.
We got
I
a few
like
runners.
Ava Warren throwing one out in front, trying to get one to Paisley Pointer. Overran it just a little. Now, see, that ball went out of bounds.
Yeah, that's a Garrett ball.
Hey, quick shout out to Pastor Todd in Louisville. If you're
Oh,
watching, brother, he's
Pastor
checking
Todd.
in on us. Just want to say a big
Let's
howdy to
go.
you, brother.
Pastor Todd is in the house.
Pastor Todd. We always like when Pastor Todd's checking in.
Is he making sure we're behaving?
Yeah, he is.
Probably is.
Well, he was debating debate or Golden Lions lady soccer.
that's
Debate
easy.
or
That's easy.
I think he made the right choice.
Does he know the mayor's? We got the mayor on.
I think he does. Yeah,
Let's go.
He's
See?
with us, man. He's
Yeah.
with us.
Yeah.
See,
There you
they
go,
got
Pastor.
they got presidential debate. We got the mayor in
Yeah,
person.
The mayor. Yeah.
We don't have to mess with all that nonsense. 3 minutes to go as the ball is going to be cleared into Gary County territory as Claire Weaver comes up and kicks one out to midfield where Nevaeh Ford Wilkins takes it on the run. This is time Gary County 2:45 to go. Still wants to be aggressive,
I
but
just want the ball to stay
but
on this
doesn't.
side
Yeah, I
of
was
the
going to
field.
say, but
Yeah.
doesn't want to get in much hurry.
You know, this is the time where, you know, that use that clock. Use
So-
that clock to your advantage.
So, Mayor, in basketball, sometimes you get up, and this kind of is what got Calipari beat many times, but they would kind of go four corners or a little bit to use that clock as your advantage. Is that something that you practice in soccer, 2-minute drill, 3-minute drill, whatever, you're up. You want to make sure that, we're almost a keep away type deal, just to keep the clock running?
Yeah, a lot of times you're going to want to take it to the corners on your offensive end, and just hope that the defensive player kicks it out of the end line so that you possibly get a corner kick or at least, the very least, a throw in down on the far end of your offensive side of the field.
Claire Weaver up to control the ball for the Lions. She retreats back into the goal. As Denny. 1 minute, 40 seconds to
That's
go.
a big stop right there.
Nice job by
There you go. Take
Snowden.
possession and get on this side of the field. Let's
hang
run
on-
that clock.
hang
Let's
on
run
to
that
that
clock.
bad boy.
There you go. Run that clock. Just like Michael said, let's put it in
Yeah.
the corner there. Let's dribble that
Four
thing out.
corners.
There you go.
The old Dean
Oh,
Smith
my
four
goodness.
corners.
Nice.
Oh, tried to cross it. Nice defensive effort that time by the Lady Ads. Snowden again as Danville's trying to make one last push here. 1:10 to go.
I like that kick right there. Kind of get it back in Garrett's possession and run this clock.
Keep it in
60
the
seconds.
corner. There you go.
60 seconds. There you go.
Keep
Put it in
it-
that corner and dribble.
Keep it in front of you.
Just like Scott used to dribble coming
That's
out of the
exactly right.
He could touch the net.
Yeah.
Listen, until they tipped off that game, it was all fair game.
I mean, to be fair, he's tired about
After
that.
that
right?
point, now I did get some shots up after halftime. Like when we came back out warming up, I'd get a few more shots up. Not many. As Nevaeh, now that's a crash.
Man.
Yeah, that's going to be going the other way.
So again, that just looked like two people going for a
Yeah,
ball.
kind of full speed.
So is it just the referee's opinion as who kind of initiated it type
He
of deal?
gave her a yellow
Yeah,
card.
it's going to be who he assumes that she didn't have control of her body when she went in, possibly a little reckless on that one, maybe a little aggressive, but in that situation they're gonna go with the defensive player.
So was the yellow card because of the contact, or did
Well,
she say something? You think?
I think we go back to what Coach Deshaun said during the boys' game. I think that was kind of the second collision that she had, and I think that's kind of what led to the yellow
Gotcha.
card.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to assume, but I would kind
Yeah.
of assume. Yeah.
14 seconds to go here in this contest. It's going to be Danville's football, needing to go 95-plus yards. In 10 seconds, Garrett County trying to cling to a 1-point lead.
That should do it, folks.
I hope so. Just keep that thing in there. That's going to do it. 3, 2, and 1. And there you go. As the Garrett County Lady Lions
Good win.
with a big
Hey.
12th region win.
So Dr. Kevin Stoll, he
Yeah.
said, "There's the
There
lights."
we are.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
So Dr. Kevin Stoll said that he wanted every
That's
team
right,
during
he
their first
did.
game to win their first game out there on this new facility.
Now it
And
all
they're-
comes down now to the track team
Yep, 3 for 3.
on this one, and then we got
Excellent.
baseball, softball.
Yep, 3
Excellent.
for 3. Hey, how about our Chuck Cutton player of the game being Paisley? Paisley Pointer. I mean, she was the one that I think scored the goal for Garrett County and was really aggressive and really effective on the offensive end. So, Chuck Hunt player of the game is Paisley Pointer.
There you go, folks. Big shout out to Mayor Michael Gaffney.
Thank you, Mayor.
As we appreciate him sitting in here with us, and we were able to educate him a little bit on soccer and help him some. But no, we do appreciate.
He's wiser for it, isn't he?
We do appreciate you, Mayor, sitting in and talking to us. As it's a big positive from that standpoint. Thank you for all you do for the community and all you're doing in the leadership of Lancaster. For Jeff Jacobs, Mayor Michael Gaffney, Dr. Caleb Gresham, and Scott O'Scott. Until next time, which will be Friday night folks. We'll take the air about 7 o'clock as the Garrett County Golden Lions play host to the Somerset Briar Jumpers. This is Garrett County Golden Lions Sports Network here from Main Street Media and the Countryside BP Studios. Until next time, God bless America, and let's go Garrett County.